Shalom Akim, Kal Halarim La Yahaba Shem Yahshaba Shem Hakudash, double honors to the great Muslim apostles, Thali Yahshab for the strength and order to make this video, and Yaratazar. They also find this edifying as well, which means to build up, man. But yeah, this one's just, a quick news update. Brothers probably saw this on the news recommended section. I saw this. Obviously, this is by a guy called Cash Jordan. Right now it's going more so into geopolitics, but I think he used to do vlogs on cities and all that. But the point is, he's getting into geopolitics now, and it says the Mexican rioters, that's Issachar by the way, in terms of the 12 tribes of Israel. So Mexicans are or aka Issachar rioters forcibly deport Americans as country collapses. So Yaratazar, it's going to be a quick video based on the fact that we know that all of this is really just sedition among men, because we know in terms of that word sedition is really just the people getting riled up and protesting against their leaders and rulers. They're going against their rulers, man. As they say, anarchy, man. That complete chaos, that lack of order, is from and of course, when you reason, it's for what's it called? Is for, well, supposedly good reasons, because the rent's going high, they can't really afford food and all that, and the government isn't doing anything to make it affordable for people. And we know that it's all these economic systems, they want it to go down so that the B system can be established, that MOTB can be established. So anyways, let's get on with this video, and we'll get some precepts, and that'll be it, man.
Mexican rioters are kicking Americans out of their country. Look at this. This is crazy. This is happening in Mexico City. They are destroying businesses. Look at this. Oh, there goes the glass. And they're going in. Oh, man, look at all the people filming. This is crazy. They're telling him to leave the country. This guy's writing to blank a gringo. That's not good. Here they are trying to break into a restaurant that's already got spray paint on it. Look at that. This guy's got a knife. That's terrible.
Yeah, Jay's just tired of Esau Eden ruling, man. You can tell from all the chaos that's happening right now. Some areas they got peaceful protests, while some other areas is way more violent. I think either he's gonna mention it in this video, but Issachar actually targeted the more rich areas to unleash the chaos in, man. But let's watch some more. And, I'm gonna bring out some precepts.
Alright, man, ripping down the outdoor dining. There's so many people filming it, and there's zero police anywhere.
You can see all the Edomites there, man, scared for their lives. Some of them obviously with their Edomite superiority complex. They're sitting down like, what are these guys doing, man? Probably thinking that Issachar stupid. But anyways, point being is, some of them are scared, some of them don't realize what's coming for them. In the short term, in terms of Jacob's trouble, because the heathen's still gonna have to endure certain things, as well as in the kingdom, man, their destiny to serve us.
What do? No police. What do? Now they're attacking some apartments, it looks like, throwing rocks at them. It's just total anarchy. Ooh, look at that, they're breaking windows. This happened on Independence Day, too, so it was, I guess, pre-planned that they were going to do this to protest Americans who are in Mexico City. Look at this, man. Oof. No way, man. Yeah. Again, no sirens. Look, these people are hiding on the floor. This is like an attack.
The Edomites are scared for their lives, man. You can just see it right there, just hiding, man. In Mexico City, is that, come on, considering what you've done to Issachar as well. Because, the Latin Americans as well over there, they were flipping colonized too, man. You know, especially by really mainly by like the Spanish, the Portuguese. I think I would even say Britain and France as well. I gotta cross check that, but yeah, I know it's definitely the Spaniards, the Portuguese, and the British. You know, so they went from Europe to South America and started to colonize different places, man. You know, the Chileans. You know, there was also Peru as well. You know, so all of these countries, you know, in the Latin America side, they were flipping oppressed by Esau Edom, you know, just to keep things simple. But despite that, this same fear is this is only a trailer. This is a teaser to what these Edomites are gonna feel in our kingdom, man. You know, as I named the video, you know, Issachar said GTFO, which means get the fuck out. You know, leave our lands. What are you doing? You know, so let's hold on. Alright, let's see something here. Yeah, I'm gonna bring out something there, but let me just hold on. Alright, so Leviticus should be 25 and 44. Yep, Leviticus 25 and 44. This is the destiny of Esau, Edom, and all these other heathen nations. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about ye, of the same ones that were set to be above us. They're gonna be under us now in Yahushua's kingdom. Shall be of the heathen that are round about ye, of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among ye, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with thee, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession. So even their children, in fact, it says in verse 46, and ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children, after to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. And even in Yahushua's kingdom, you ain't gonna flipping have an Israelite being a slave to another Israelite, because we'll be in a different form of body, man. You know, so of course that comes with that comes with a certain God class mentality, if you know what I mean. But the point is, with these heathens, their children's children will also serve us as well. You know, so that was there. You just see these Edomites scared. So that's a teaser. That's a teaser to what's about to happen. Yeah, so let's continue on.
Again, no sirens. Look, these people are hiding on the floor. This is like an attack. Never mind that any of these restaurants are employing people that live in Mexico.
Yeah, all of this, man. You know, these are owned by Edomites as well. Certain of these restaurants, man. You know, in that time, you know, as the scriptures say, riches profit not in the day of wrath. Yeah, let me try to get down quickly. But yeah, because there's gonna be a lot of chaos, man. That's just gonna destroy people's livelihoods as well. Hence why fundamentally having faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the best strategy there is, if you will. But really, you know, our faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that's the only option, rather. Because in that time, if you ain't got Yahweh Yahushua, yeah, it's game over, really. What was I even going to get? Oh yeah, riches profit not. Riches, hold on. Yeah, as it says here, Proverbs 11 and 4, riches profit not in the day of wrath, which is when the Most High sends all sorts of spirits of vengeance as well, and all sorts of chaos, you know, famine. In fact, I'm going to get that as well. In the day of wrath, but which is, you can see it likened as the time of judgment, but righteousness delivereth from death, you see? Because that part of righteousness is also having faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Belief that they can save you. Belief, of course, rooted in the works that we've had, which we work in faith that Yahushua will also preserve us in these times, man. And that's why we always say Yahweh as well, because it's all down to the Most High's will, you know, in humility. Right, let's see this.
Live in Mexico. Here's more footage of them ripping apart that clothing store. Look, they just totally loot the place in seconds.
Yeah, man, this is what Jake be doing. I think if I recall correctly as well, during the Georgia Floyd protests, they were actually looting as well. You know, niggas were looting. And you know, Issachar, you know, those are just niggas of the world as well, man. You know, Issachar, that's because they're Southern tribe, and you know they're not the typical looking nigga. Don't mean that they ain't niggas. Said nigga a lot there, but yeah, Second Ezra 16 and there was a specific verse I had in mind. Let's see, right, verse 17 to 18. Actually, probably 19 as well. So Second Ezra 16 verse 17. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? You know, because obviously Ezra, he knew about reincarnation, man, that he would be coming back in this lifetime as well for the final go around. You know, so it said the beginning of the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and powers shall stand in fear. You see, even Esau, Edom as well be standing in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? See? Sorrows, great mournings, famine. And with all this chaos going on, yeah, this will just be an accelerator for these things to happen as well. You know, great death, the beginning of wars, powers shall stand in fear. Verse 19, 2 Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, which tribulation means great suffering, plague, see it as diseases, and anguish, you know, pain, are sent as scourges for amendment. And a scourge, as I think scourges means helps, you know, help for amendment. So when it says behold famine, plague, tribulation, anguish, these would be accelerators, man, to be seen as a form of correction that the Most High is using, man, upon Israel. Scourges for amendment, helps for amendment, helps for correction. The famine, the plague, tribulation, and anguish. And it's intentional from the Most High Yahweh, man. You know, and all of this and the plague as well, you know, I remember Apostle Tar made a video a few days ago on, what's it called, on pretty much rubbish not being maintained. So, something about, you know, waste being put on the roads or something. And that's gonna accelerate the plagues, man. Those diseases, because diseases they spread in dirty environments, in unclean environments. In the same way demons are also attracted to unclean environments as well. So yeah, anyways, behold, famine, plague, and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. So these are all used for correction, man. So that great suffering, you know, JB, Issachar be smiling during the process, but they don't know that in the upcoming chaos, there's going to be a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. That's tribulation and that's anguish right there, man. And famine is in the midst as well.
Absolutely unreal. There's massive crowds. Oh, look, the protest is peaceful now. Oh, thank God, a peaceful protest. I was worried for a second there. I thought this was one of those American protests that turns out not to be peaceful. Look at the sign. Gringo, go back. They do not want American migrants in their country for some reason.
Of course, because it ain't their land anyway. Issachar has wised up, man. Some of them obviously realize that, you know, their history in terms of Esau coming over and oppressing them, and then some of them don't, man. You know, some of them are quite simple-minded or not willing to learn about the history, but nevertheless they understand who their enemy is. So let's get this quickly. Cause I also got meet a brother for a video. Let's see this. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Hold on. I got it on deck. So Deuteronomy 28, we'll read verse 43. Deuteronomy 28 and 43. And also you could check Sky News Australia. I think they've got some clips there as well. Probably some other news channels too, but I remember Sky News Australia had some clips. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee, amongst you guys, it says, shall get up above thee very high. They'll be the successors, hence why they're the ones who own the shops, who own the restaurants, who own those stores, where Issachar's living at. It's the same way where Jake is at as well in America and in the UK and all these other European countries where Jake is among. Shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So the point is, we're going to have to serve them, some way, somehow, in this system until Yahushua comes to save us from this condition of ours, because it's a curse. But again, that's being lifted up now, because now the fear is more so upon Esau, Edom now, man, because he's getting closer to that servitude. Verse 44, he shall lend to thee, thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So again, that's talking about servitude right there, man. Let's read verse 44. Actually, no. Verse 53. Let me check properly. Hold on. Yeah, verse 52. Yeah. Deuteronomy 20 and 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest. They trusted in their flipping fence walls in vain as well. Because really the trust is supposed to be in Yahweh, Yahushua, but of course they got there by not trusting in Yahweh, Shem Yahushua. It says, throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, throughout all thy land, which the Lord Yahweh thy power hath given thee. Come on, man. So of course the point is, the Most High allowed Esau Edom to invade Jake and have power over them. I think that's pretty much it, But Yaratazar, I could link the video in the description, if you guys want to finish it. But let's play a little bit more, then I might just close it out.
These protesters in Mexico City say cross-border migration is changing their country's capital for the worse.
Well, that's what they're doing.
An influx of mostly American, so-called digital nomads, have moved here to work remotely and also enjoy a cheaper cost of living.
Oh.
Protesters say the newcomers...
And yeah, that's the main reason, because, not all Edomites are dumb, Some of them can reason, man. Being able to earn money in a higher currency and then live in a cheaper country, man. You'll be able to save more. But anyways, besides the point, though, Issachar is realizing that their enemies gotta go, man.
have driven up rents beyond the reach of locals.
You see? Because the fact that those digital nomads, which are, people who just travel to work elsewhere, with their laptops and all that. The point is, them moving to Mexico City, to Mexico, would then aid, I say aid, but really, unfortunately, raise up the prices, man. So the more the foreigners there are paying these high prices, the more people, or rather, the higher the demand, the higher the prices go as well. So all of that is happening. Let's rewind that again.
American, so-called digital nomads, have moved here to work remotely and also enjoy a cheaper cost of living.
Oh.
Protesters say the newcomers have driven up rents beyond the reach of locals.
Principalmente si van a vivir If they're going to live in a country, they have to contribute to that country. The first and simplest issue is legal migration. They come here with visas or no visas, and still the change in purchasing power generates these problems of gentrification and displacement.
So apparently, if you're an American, you could stay in Mexico for up to 180 days with no visa, which is like Mexico having a wide open border.
Yeah, so, you know, these lot are hacking the system, man. They're hacking the system, which there ain't really nothing wrong with hacking the system, but it's just the fact that with these Edomites being there, it's that what right do you have, especially considering your history with Jake, man? You know, with Issachar over there. You know, but nevertheless of that, you know, of course, they're leveraging the economy, man. But you know, which is really trying to flipping land the point here. But yeah, the point is, it's destroying the economy because of the fact that the foreigners are coming in and that causes the prices to go up again.
I'm here because gentrification is just one more step towards colonization.
And it's not as if, even when they're coming in, it's not as if Jake is also benefiting from them coming in either. So, you know, it's a it's a hard play out here. At the end of the day, Esau Edom is gonna go into slavery, man. So, you know, Yaratas, I'm gonna end it off there. You know, link the video in the description. So yeah, man. Shalom, Yahweh Shemashai, Brakatha.